Just start. Let me say it again. Just start. And what I mean by just start, show up. Just show up. That's what I mean by just start. Show up. It falls in many different categories. Show up means show up for your job. Show up means show up for your lifestyle. Show up means show up when you go work out. Show up means when other people counting on you and depending on you, show up. I always say this a long time ago, and I still say this to this day. Excuses don't make results. And yes, they do make results, but most times the results are the outcome that you don't want to have. So when your results come back and it's a negative impact, or it's impact that wasn't really the suggested area you're trying to get into, excuses play a main thing. So I mean, just show up. Some days we're human. Some days we don't want to show up, but every day that alarm goes off, the mental alarm, the alarm that wakes you up, snap you out of your dream, the alarm that wakes you up a little bit before your alarm goes off, take that as an intuition. Take that as another sign to be thankful. So just show up. Today's focus is going to be on showing up. It's going to be accountability and working out. I might slide some other things in there too, but we're going to start with this pillar right here of working out, just showing up. You go to the gym, you work out at home, you have some type of direction, you have a good routine going on, and you feel like these results are not showing, but you know, it's a slow race. It's a very, very slow race. And just because you finish a race, don't mean that it's not another race behind that race. So show up when you get a chance, because there's somebody wishing that is able to get a chance to show up. So are you going to take their spot just because you want to be complacent and don't want to show up? Because you never know who you're inspiring. It might be somebody like you. It might be somebody like them. It might be somebody like him, somebody like her. It might be somebody like us. So when you show up, it radiates, it shines, it goes a long distance. It goes the extra mile and it goes past that mile. All the hard work, it shows up. You can't deny it. And yeah, you got some haters that say, well, you don't have to show up all the time. You can just show up just when it needs to be show up. Yeah. And the attitude right there is why you can come in and never be able to show up with us. We over here, we deal with many different chapters in life. So when we get another chance in the chapter that we're in, it's a chance for us to succeed in that chapter as long as we show up, learn the lesson, apply it, and push forward. That's all we have to do. You got a job. Now, unless the job come to your front door, but even if the job come to the front door to come get you, that means you did something right. So that means that you showed up. So that means that it's your time now to show up at that job, to represent. If it's a job fair, you still went to them. So that means that you showed up. They're expecting you to show up. Put that work in. Put your head down. You can miss a couple things. You can miss some parties. You can miss some time. You can miss all the special things. But guess what? They're gonna be there because we have different missions. And our missions is not the same as theirs. And that's perfectly good and fine. So even if they choose to try to emulate the mission, I'd rather them come join the team versus emulate it, because we can teach them together of how we show up. It's a process. I was out and about today doing my little road work, and I said, you know what? Let me put a little variation in this road work so that way I'm showing up versus me getting complacent. I was running a pretty good speed for me. And I said, you know what? Let me just tweak it just a little bit. I did that. It made the run a whole lot more funner. It made the run more enjoyable. All I did was do a little zigzags just in between certain sections. What sections are you talking about? Normally when I do run, I like to find maybe 1 or 2 songs and run that same song the whole time through. Whether it be a slow song, a fast song, any song you choose to pick, but I like to run that song the whole way through. That way I can pace myself to know where I'm at during my run. That's just a little secret I do right there. So to each his own. Some days, if I don't run with no music, I just lock in the zone, lock in on my landmarks, know where I'm going, try to plot out my trip before I even go so I can know the landmarks and areas, make sure nothing out there. For those who run by themselves, I suggest you run careful. Females who run by yourself, make sure you run, be careful. Keep something on you if you have to. I wear a fanny pack when I run. A couple things in there. Nothing to get me in trouble, but something that might save me. So with that being said, just use your own judgment when you go run. If you have resources to run inside, go do that too. Some days I do the inside, but recently once I got hooked into the outside, hitting the ground, on time running inside if I had to. That could be a weather issue or I'm running constraint on time or something, but besides that right there, I'm showing up. But for my pace, I ain't trying to break no records. I ain't trying to join no marathons. I mean, maybe I might, I don't know, but as of right now, I'm just running for my pace. So in a little bit, I'm about to start this workout and guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna show up. And when I get done showing up, y'all know what time it is. It might be behind the scenes. It might be something from right now. It might be something I did before, but y'all can get the sample. And I'm glad that y'all coming out, checking out these videos too. So slow progress is better than no progress. And you can guess what no progress means when everybody finally catches on. It's gonna be so much for them to binge and catch up on. It's gonna be like a whole seasons and seasons and seasons. So for those who are just starting, don't quit. For those who've been started, keep showing up. That's what we do over here. We show up. It's a lifestyle right here. Consistency, chapter, and conquer. Place them in any order. So make sure you conquer that show up part though. That's the main thing that shows that you have dedication. Conquer that show up part. Everything else is gonna fall in line. You show up all the areas, you just may lose sometimes, but when you do lose, you know how to show back up again and excel past that point. And that way you can say, guess what, you know what, I got knocked down, I got back up, took the dust off me, and I was able to go forward past that mark. Look at it and say, yeah, that's the best you got. You keep on going. That's the name of the game. Keep going. Just show up. I'm gonna emphasize that all the time. And just because I don't say it that much, don't mean that I don't do it. So I want to see y'all show up. Tell me how y'all show up. Leave some comments, send me some links, all that good stuff. Kings and queens, I know that y'all gonna show up. I appreciate it. Much love for all y'all showing up out there. All the newcomers, welcome to the show up. Welcome to this process. Show up, like I said before, at the top. It don't have to be fitness. It can be lifestyle. It can be financial. It can be relationship. It can be love. It can be for your family. It can be for your career. It can be for your hobby. It can be for something you're passionate about. It falls in a big bucket. So take how you want to take it and put that show up in front of what you do. With that being said, you already know what time it is. If you don't know what time it is, it's time to swing this video out of here. Until the next time, this is it. End the transmission. Out. Let's go. We are out of here. Roll it.